going to make lentils and rice or Mujadara. I can't say it correctly, okay? I don't want to say it wrong, but Mujadara, like a very just my kind of take on it. It's not like gonna be authentic Mujadara. It's just kind of like my take on Mujadara. But this is the thing I love about lentils and rice or Mujadara, as my grandpa used to say. I'm going to make you some Mujadara, he would say. I just always called it lentils and rice because I don't speak Arabic. But the thing that I love about it is, okay, you can make a whole bunch of this stuff, and I kid you not, in 2010, like, I was living on some extreme budget at that time, and I made a big pan of lentils and rice, and it lasted me, like, for days. Like, you can live on this stuff, and people are always like, oh, but that's peasant food. But it's funny that everything that's considered, like, peasant food was food that was made in the Middle East, and I don't know why people are so against it. It's basically like a variation of like beans and rice, but it's with lentils. So to begin with, I want to get my lentils cooking. I started kind of late. You know me, Jelly Bean. I always start late. So I think what I'm going to do is I do want to make a good portion of them. If I'm going to go ahead and do this. So I'm going to try and, I don't want extras to fall in there, but they did anyway. I'm going to do about, I'm going to keep it to about 2 cups of lentils. I should have put a funnel, but I didn't. So, oh wow. It's a little bit more than 2 cups of lentils. My little pan. And then they say, let's see. So basically, for every cup of lentils, you want 4 cups of water. So, yes, we're going to, we don't want hot water. We want 1, because we have 2 cups. So we're going to double it. Plus some 2. 3, 4. So we'll have 4 cups of water and 4 more, which will be about 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. I make mine on the more watery side. Yeah. And I'm going to do the Lay's ball method, like heresy. People are like, oh no, you can't do this. You can't do this. I'm going to cook the rice with them. And then I'm going to add even maybe, no, I'm going to cook the lentils first. We don't want to be silly. I did that last time and it caused all sorts of like havoc. Okay. But I want some flavoring as I'm cooking them. So I'm looking for my salt. Salt, where are you? Are you hiding from me? Do you have stage fright, Salt? Yes, I do. I don't want to be used. Your whole purpose in life, Salt, is to be used for cooking. Okay, so we have some body of salt. I'm going to add a little bit of salt before, just to kind of give them some seasoning as they're cooking. This is like some sriracha salt. And then the trick that I loved that my grandpa taught me was his mom was from Al-Shara, Syria, 8 miles from the Lebanese border. But anyway, they used to put lemon in their lentils and rice. So ever since I saw that he did that, that's been my obsession. So I'm going to add lemon to the lentils as they're cooking. And it's going to be very lemony because I love lemons. Plus, I need to use lemons. I have a lot of lemons and they need to be used up. It's time to get them in usage. And why do I start cooking so late? Who knows? I have to get up early too. So we just do things like that. It's just a great jelly game. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of stir the lentils a little bit. So I know they're cooking. Kind of. Okay. Next thing I want to do is I want to chop up the onions for the lentils and rice. So I had seen various ways of doing this. Plus, it had been a long time since I'd actually seen a Syrian or Lebanese person do it. Like, I kind of watched how my grandpa did it. And I don't think... No, he did. He did do the caramelized onions. But I watched this video on YouTube of a Lebanese woman, and she has the onions cut up. Some are cut up and some are caramelized. And I think that's a good ratio. So you want 1 cup of cut onions and 2 cups of caramelized onions for your Mujadara. Am I a Mujadara expert? No, but I used to make a lot of lentils and rice. I don't know why I stopped making it. I really should make it more. I told myself that. I'm like, it's so plain and basic. And you know I get the mock meat sometimes, but I always tell myself, I'm like, why am I paying extra for these things all the time when I could just make a big pot of lentils and rice? It's so delicious. It's really good. Oh my gosh, like when I'm telling you, when I was on a budget in 2010 and I made that big pan, like I remember just in June of 2010, it was a very bleak monetary time in my life. I didn't have money for a lot of food, but I had like money for lentils and rice, and it's so good cold. Oh my gosh. And my mom was also mentioning, she said, you can take lentils and rice and make them into like burgers that you even fry. Like, I don't know. Lentils and rice are just so versatile. And then some people, they make a salad on the side and then they spread some tahini on it, and it's so good. It is just so good. And it also kind of reminds me of my childhood, because when I was little, my mom made the version that she thought was correct. It's not an authentic version, but it was basically based on what my dad and his Syrian grandma had taught her to make. It wasn't like the 100% accurate, because like she did all the onions cooked in the pan, but I think the caramelized onions on top make the difference. And I probably should have went shopping so I could buy better ingredients and whatnot. I mean, more. But we're gonna just do it with what we have. Isn't that what peasant cooking is all about anyway? Or just home cooking. It's not even peasant cooking. I mean, really, it's just the healthiest cooking. Like, and I had some desserty things today, I know that. So I'm trying to, like, be a little bit more healthy. Even when I'm up late. I am healthy. We're going to have some water with lemon in it. How about that? We have some water. Pour ourselves some water out of our nice Brita filter. And squeeze a bit of lemon in there. It's very tasty. All right. So I'm going to keep cutting my onions. I didn't really dice the onion the way I could have. Like, I could have done a better job. I think I'm just gonna. outer layer. Okay, I heard somebody say in this British video about things that Americans have. They're like, oh wow, garbage disposal seems so great. Because somebody said, oh, you could put chicken bones down there. Oh my God, don't do it. Okay, do you want to know why a lot of Americans have plumbing issues with their garbage disposal and they always have to call a plumber? Like, I don't even eat like meat, but I kind of had to learn this lesson when I was at college and we had a functioning garbage disposal. Because growing up, we had one, but we lived in the mountains on a septic tank. So I was always told, don't ever put anything down the garbage disposal ever. Okay. So I never did. But then when I was in college, I got, an apartment with this girl. And I was thinking, oh, I can put vegetable scraps in the garbage disposal. Big mistake. Don't do it. Just, no. Do not put anything in the garbage disposal. It's not a good idea, okay? It's just not. Just don't do it. Really, don't ever put things in the garbage disposal, because you know why? It's gonna break your garbage disposal, and that's why so many people, okay, plumbers make a lot of money. I know people like have plumber jokes and jokes about plumbers and electricians and people who work on houses and plumbing. But those people make bank, okay? I'll tell you, my dad was an electrician, and if you wanted to be an electrician, there would always be work for you. If you want to be a plumber, there will always be work for you, because people do dodo stuff with their plumbing. And I'm not saying that I've always been perfect when it comes to plumbing, but I learned really young, you probably shouldn't put anything down the garbage disposal. Just don't do it. I know people are like, it's so convenient because you can use it to grind up your garbage. No, it is not convenient. You'll probably end up ruining it and having to go through multiple garbage disposals. And actually, if you can, I don't really live in a place where I can compost. It's better to compost vegetable scraps, not chickens. You can't compost chicken or bones and things like that. But you could compost vegetable scraps, and that's just so much better than like throwing everything down the garbage disposal, which will probably break. So I just wanted to throw out there, yes, we have garbage disposals in the U.S., but you can't literally stick all your garbage down there. And you definitely cannot put chicken bones down there. And people who do that, eventually their garbage disposals always break. Don't do it. Unless, you like a lot of plumbing bills. Then, yeah, go for it. But it's not a good idea, okay? It's just not a good idea, buddies. Just resist the urge to put things down the garbage disposal and throw it in the trash. Like, you know what I do? I don't even do, I know, all the cooking shows be like, oh, you need a trash bowl to collect all the trash. No. You walk yourself, just like with my hairbrush, like when I'm brushing my hair. As I'm brushing my hair, I take all the hair out of the brush as I go. We do it as we go. It's extra steps, it's extra work, and people don't like that, but it's good for you. So take the extra steps and walk yourself over. And as I cut onions, my eyes start to water. I'm wondering when it was going to start. Now I know. It's starting now. I'm going to try it the way that lady suggested in her video, where you just slice the onion. Because these ones will be for the caramelized onion that you put on top. I'm going to try her method. It's really going to start watering soon. Oh, buddies. I feel the watery eyes coming on. I have to be taking lots of little baby breaks when my eyes start watering from cutting onions. I'm gonna check on my lentils. They're looking pretty good. Okay, next, keep cutting your onions. I had to take a little mini break from my eyes, of course. Poor baby eyes. Oh boy. The poor little baby eyes. It just, when you cut an onion, it's just so. This onion's gonna be for another time. Not cutting him. The grapefruit on the counter will be eaten in the morning. Probably gonna have to go take another break. Oh my god. I'll be back. I see that the lentils are cooking pretty well. I'm gonna keep letting them keep cooking. Okay. Pull the skin off my onion. Clean everything up as we go because I don't like messes, so I just clean as I go, clean as I go, clean as I go, you know, kind of thing. I'm gonna cut that off that outer layer, the onion. It's kind of scaly. I'm gonna take some more lemon juice, put in the water. Some more lemon to the lentils. They're very lemony. Infuse them with lemon. I'm infusing everything with lemon. It'll be so yummy. Alrighty, Nairu. I don't know why I say that, but ever since I was younger and I learned about the country of Nairu, I just always love to say, alrighty, Nairu. Poor people in Nairu, they've had a very problematic history. Like, you know, they were used for phosphate mining, and then their economy took a nosedive after that. And then Australia used them for detaining illegal immigrants, and then they just had a fraught history. I feel bad for the people in Nauru. But very interesting people. Very interesting culture. Like a few videos and books and things I've read about it. Take some more onions. Um, okay. I want to kind of test them out just to see like they're getting cooked when they're still hard. Hard. The lentils are still quite hard. Alrighty, Rude. I think that I could add in the rice now. I do because the rice needs to cook too. And I kind of don't mind. Like this makes some people mad. Like if rice isn't perfectly defined and it's a little mushy. But honestly, I kind of like it. Like when it cooks down like that. Because sometimes when I make lentils and rice anyway, I like mush up the rice. And I like a mushy rice, okay? I know that's not acceptable in polite society to like mushy rice, but I just do, okay? That's what I like. I might add some more water after I add the rice because it's probably going to start taking up a lot of. Add some more water to it. I'm going to stir it a bit. Kind of incorporate everything. Okay. Now I want some spiciness, so that's good. Just adding some chili pepper flakes to it because I like it spicy. And then I'm going to take some of the sriracha salt, which has a lot of different things in it, but it makes it kind of spicy. I'm going to put it in there as I cook it. Just kind of get a nice saltiness. Okay. Stir it around. All right. Now it's time, I say, to start frying the onion. It's onion time. It's hammer time. It's onion time. Okay, a little bit of food, like vegetables, do end up going down my garbage disposal, but it's just the tiniest bit because I don't want to ruin my garbage disposal. So the people that think they can stick everything down their garbage disposal, they're dodos. I just use it to get rid of the little bit of food that I didn't like scoop up to dispose of. Okay, so now we're gonna get some oil. I think I have oil over on the side. Figure out which side I have oil on to make my pan. I'm going to get out my oil. I wish I had some olive oil because I decided the next oil I'm going to buy will be olive oil, but I'm still using up all the vegetable oil I have. Okay. I'm just going to use it up until it's gone because it's not like, I know it's not like the best oil on earth. It's canola oil. People don't like canola oil, but whatever. That's what I have. And yeah. And the thing too about oil is like, yeah, it'd be nice to have olive oil, but I don't always go out and buy olive oil. And sometimes you have to make special grocery trips. And then some people that are on a budget, like if you were growing up in Syria or Lebanon, like olive oil was much more plentiful. But like in the industrialized world, to find good quality olive oil, it costs people a lot of money. So I feel like if you're making a budget-friendly dish, not everybody's going to have a high-quality olive oil. I'm not saying you can't find it. It's just trickier to find it. I need to go. Oh, my eyes are watering from the onions again, so I'll be back in a second. Okay. So we're going to go to frying world of the onions. Okay. Get our fire going a little bit. Get the little pan kind of whisked around. I'm going to let the fire heat up for a couple minutes. Maybe while that's happening, I'll start working on my cucumbers, my big cucumbers. And I just want to let the fire heat up a bit. I'm cutting some cucumbers for the salad, but I was just waiting for my onions to kind of, the oil for the onions to heat up a bit. All right. We ready? Let's move this way. All right. 1, 2, 3. These onions kind of cook. I'm going to turn the heat up a bit on them. So they can kind of caramelize. So we're doing some onions. And then we can do two different things at once. We can go back and forth, and I can kind of just eye the onions when I'm ready to start cutting on them a bit more. So for my cucumber salad, we're going to start. Salad. We go back and forth a lot, okay? It's what it is, jelly beans. It's just what it is. I'm just kind of doing some. Back in the day, I used to be like, oh, I can spend hours. I should spend hours meticulously chopping every little ingredient. And I still love to chop ingredients very beautifully. But lately, I'm just like, really? Do I always have time to do that? And I still love a beautifully chopped ingredient, like if I have all day or something. But I stayed up kind of late to start this. So I'm kind of just chopping in a freestyle sort of way so I can start my cucumber salad. Get it going. I had some onions that were sliced that I was going to use for the sliced onions to put on top of the Mujadara. And you can just grab a couple of cucumbers at a time, I think, and just make thinner slices. It's kind of a cool way to do it. And then I can pick up all the errant, like any onions that kind of, no onions left behind, okay? Any onions that got left behind as I'm cutting them, the cucumbers, I can just, snatch them up. No onions left behind, okay? No onions left behind, I'm telling you. We cannot leave any onions behind. And that's a great way to layer things, too, just if you are kind of like, you have an ingredient. Okay, this is heresy to people that don't like to mix ingredients. They're like, oh my God, you can't mix food together. You can't mix flavors. Whatever. You want to go live in your pristine world of not mixing any flavors, then don't do it. Don't do it. But I love to. Like, I'll mix flavors any day of the week. I also really want a cucumber, but do not put salt on cucumbers because that drives me crazy. My dad used to put salt on cucumbers. That's disgusting. And watermelon. Oh my god. It drives me crazy. Because I just want to taste a sweet, plain cucumber. I need to go when I was a kid. Oh my gosh, the onions are getting caramelized. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. Okay, I think these are the ones I want to stick into the lentils to cook with it. Onions overboard, oh no. I don't want to have onions go overboard. No, watch out. They start popping after a while. I'm going to incorporate them in. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit more water to my lentils and rice. This is going to make a lot of lentils and rice. Like, it'll last a while. But that's okay with me because I don't mind. Like I said, I really love lentils and rice, and it will last a while. Definitely will. Okay. Add the rest of my onions in. Ooh, buddy. That's fire. Wow, man. Oh, yeah. I love it. Start them off a little bit lower. Give them Okay. So we have the onions that went overboard. I wonder if they're cooled off now. Oh gosh, they're still hot. No. Don't touch. Don't touch things that are hot that come out of the pan. Don't follow my example, guys. Don't do it. I was just trying to salvage them, throw into the lentils. See how the onions start to cook down? Like they're so beautiful. Like they really start to cook down. And I don't want to add more oil than that because I don't want it to be an oil slick, man. I feel like maybe I should have put in a little bit more oil. I don't know. I don't want to, but I kind of want to, but I don't want to. I want to restrain myself and not put in more oil. Probably gonna add some more water to the lentils. I might have to finish the salad later. The salad was just in there I was doing while I was making my lentils. Ooh, buddy. What I heard in a lot of the Lebanese Syrian lentil cooking videos, they said you just add water as you go for lentils and rice. But I used to make this all the time, and I have a way I like to make it. I do. I don't care if the rice is a little mushy. That is fine by me. Ooh, yeah. Look at that. I'm gonna let them cook a little bit on their own over there, and then we're gonna do some more salad prep while they can cook for a few minutes. I'm gonna do some more salad making. Okay, so since I have a lemon, I'm just kind of squeezing it in as I go. I think I'm gonna have to go back over to my onions. I think that I need to go back to them. Okay, I have a thought. I've never tried this, but I always do things kind of my own way. I already put sriracha in there, the sriracha salt. What did I put in this? Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a little bit of the sriracha salt and put it in with the onions too. Oh no, some onions got away. No onion left behind. It's not no child left behind, it's no onion left behind. Okay? No onions can be left behind when you're making lentils and rice. They just can't be. Okay? So you will be forlorn and sad. Do not leave them behind. Okay. Okay. Onion. First my cucumber. Slowly kind of just put it in there. Okay. Now my ingredients put together. Ooh, it smells so good. It smells like onion rings, but without, the deep frying component. Oh, I've missed onions. I've missed cooking onions. I'm like, why don't I cook onions every day anymore? I need to do that. Like every day, I need to start cooking onions because it's just so good when you cook onions. It really is. I don't know. I just love it so much. I really do. Ooh, it's smelling so good. These lentils are so cute. Like these are little tiny lentils. I really like them. Ooh, onions are smelling so good and they're getting so crispy. Yeah, like caramelized onions. So good. I haven't caramelized onions in so long and I realize how much I miss it. And yes, I like them a little burnt. I do like the Middle Eastern burnt onion, okay? I know there's an opinion on that one, but I love it. Like, give me some of that. Like, I like it when it's more on the burnt side. Oh my gosh. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Okay. And then we have some little cherub tomatoes. I'm going to work on the salad for a little bit more. Over here. I don't usually cut cherry tomatoes, but this time I'm going to, okay? Okay. Just mince my tomatoes a bit. Let's see. And then I've made lentils and rice with cilantro before too. That's really good. That kind of elevates it a little bit. Like I've tried different things with it. I just have tried a lot of different things with it over the years. It can be very good no matter how you do it, really. And like I said, cold lentils are so good. Just like eating cold lentils and rice out of the fridge. Oh my gosh, it is so good. Cold, like next day when it's sat in the fridge. And then also too, like my mom was saying, like what we had done before was you could make a vegan burger out of lentils and rice. It's so versatile. And I've just been thinking about this more because I'm like, all the vegan mock meats are so expensive. Like I do buy them. I'm not like opposed to eating them because they're really expensive. And I'm like, sometimes I'm like, I don't know why. Like, why am I spending that much money on it? I'm really gonna caramelize these onions again. Oh my gosh, they are getting black. With that, okay, that is like the authentic trifecta. Trifecta means three things: lentils, right? Actually, it is a trifecta. Lentils, rice, and onions. It's a trifecta. Okay, it's a trifecta. It is. I'm correct. Right. But I'm gonna really let these onions go far. Another thing we used to do with onions, we would like caramelize onions like way down, like that, and then we would add like a spicy sauce to them. That was so good too. I so recommend that. If you've never tried it that way, oh my gosh! And if you have like a vegan hot dog, like that's what we used to do when I was a kid. My mom would caramelize. My sisters didn't really like it because it was spicy, but I loved it. Okay, so something that her and I liked, they didn't eat it because it wasn't like mild enough for them, but I loved it. Okay, so she would caramelize the onions, add a little bit of tomato sauce and pepper flakes and salt, and make a really spicy, like caramelized onion, and then put it on top of hot dogs, like vegan hot dogs. The Worthington ones. Oh my gosh. So good. Such fond memories of that. I'm really letting these onions cook down. Really caramelizing them. I kind of wonder, like, Are they getting cooked? Yeah. It's hot. Don't do what I do, okay, guys? Do not do what I do. I'm always okay every time. Other people want to be. It's too hot. I'm not going to test it right now. I'm just going to look at it. I know some people test it when they're cooking, but yeah, I haven't had the best of luck doing that. But the onions are so caramelized. Oh my gosh. I wish I could show you. Well, I probably could. I'm trying to do it in a careful sort of way. Look how caramelized they are. Oh my gosh. Getting so yummy here. Yes, 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 yes. I love caramelized. Oh my gosh. And yes, they're kind of going, they're going to be black. They're going to have like this blackness to them. Like burnt. It is so good. If you've never caramelized an onion to where it's almost black, you have to try it. I'm just saying it's not for everybody. Some people will be horrified, like, what? Burnt? Yes. It makes it taste. Like, if you like onion rings, it's basically like a lower carb version of an onion ring because it doesn't have the breading on it. I think, though, I'd probably let the onions go far enough, so I'm going to kind of just turn them off. Let them do their little thing. Let the lentils cook down a bit more. Okay. Let's do some more salad stuff. Salad. I don't have my knife, so I should use it. Salad is cucumber, tomato, onion, light onion salad. Now I'll kind of keep an eye on my lentils as I'm over here chopping my salad up. Okay, it's time for this container to go to the trash can. One thing about doing a lot of cooking is you're like, oh, okay, some of the lentils came off. They're almost there. Once it cooled off finally, we're able to test it. I'm going to go look at my pan though and see. I feel like, okay, this is what I feel like. I feel like, this is just my thought, that they could use a little bit more water again. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get another cup of water and add it into my lentils. So adding another cup just to kind of, because I do see that they're beginning to finally cook down, but I want to give them a little bit more cooking time than that. Alrighty, roo. My favorite expression that I made up myself. All right. All right. Okay, I need to just check on the lentils a little bit, see what they're doing here. Let's see. So we have our big pan of lentils. Maybe I feel like maybe the wooden spatula, the bamboo spatula might help scrape it off the bottom a bit better. I feel like. Yeah, they start getting kind of scraped on. It's not exactly burned, but they're starting to stick to the bottom, so I just scrape it up a little bit. I'm going to add 1 more cup of water. Might add a sprinkle more of this, so just salt. So you really didn't add very much. Some people wouldn't like the way I make it because honestly, like I don't time the rice. Like I kind of like it to get mushy in there, but I love like kind of I don't know, the way I make it is more stew like. Maybe I don't know. Some people wouldn't like that, but I love it. I'm making the salad to go with it. then I'll make a dressing for it. But I think I'm gonna put these cucumber slices and be my own trash compactor. You know, I have to push down your own trash, be your own little trash compactor. That's how I do it. Okay, I think I kind of feel like it's done. It's on the home stretch for the lentils. I know it's kind of. I'm just going to kind of let it sit. Right there. I have to try to caramelize the onion though. Yeah, those things are dead. And you know what? If you didn't want to like make the batter for the onion rings and you don't want to deep fry them, you just could caramelize a little bit of onions. That would be so good. And you get the same flavor. Alrighty, so I kind of want to dress up my little salad. I want to get some nice washcloths, kind of wipe everything down a bit, just to get my area more presentable. Get everything kind of out of the way a bit. The way I need something to like. I didn't like wearing cloth mask, so I thought what I could do with the cloth mask was this, because the paper masks are just they're so much lighter. I'm gonna use them to close up my containers. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Look, Bryce is a superhero. He's wearing a cape. I don't know. I could have got the hair tie out, but I'm like, no, they'll give the mask a use. All right, so I'm going to make my little salad. Rinse off my washable scissors, and I'm going to put those in the dishwasher because they kind of need a nice cleansing after this, I think. And then I'm going to wipe down the counter a little bit. Get all nice and wipey wiped. And slice my lemon in half. Because I'm going to make a salad dressing for my little salad. Oh, Brady Roo. So, I have my little ramekin type thing. Sort of like a little ramekin. I'm just going to put... So I just want to make like a quick type salad dressing. Just like a tiny bit of oil in there. Tiniest bit. And then put lemon. And keep the seeds out of it. Okay. Rinse my fingers. And I know I have fresh garlic, but I just don't feel like crushing fresh garlic because I already did a whole bunch of cooking. So I'm just going to add some of the pureed garlic in there. And I'm going to take a couple of sprinkles of my sriracha salt. And I'm going to get a spoon. I'm going to use a plastic spoon because I feel like it's just easier to, they're just gentle. And then I'm going to pour this all over my salad. Then I'm going to get a fork. I'm going to kind of just mix it up. Mix my salad a bit. Yum, yum. No, don't fall, mister. Usually I use my washcloths, but I'm going to use my paper. I'm going to try some of my lentils and rice. Okay. I actually have a bowl right here. I'm going to use my bowl. I know, that's a lot of caramelized for my onions, my lentils and rice. I put a whole bunch of caramelized onions on top. And I have my salad right here. So I could just take a little bit of the salad if I want. And put it on top of that even. Could even just put it on top of my lentils and rice. Mmm. Oh, that's gonna have to cool down a bit. I don't want to burn my tongue. Oh, thanks. I'm gonna mix with my salad dressing. I might make more of it. I think I should. Yes. I just need a little bit more dressing. I think. as much of the lemon juice out as I can. I have a lemon press, but I'm just like, it's a little too much work. And the good thing about lemon juice is you can actually use it to clean your counter later with a little bit of soap and water. Works very nicely. It's my baby fingers are nice and clean. There's my oil. Here are we. Sorry. Wipe my oil off a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to add a little bit of oil, lemon juice. Just a little bit. So kind of it's that oil and vinegar don't mix kind of thing. And then I'm going to add a little bit of garlic salt, garlic powder. And then we have the sriracha salt. And I'm going to mix it. Mix. Put this in the salad. I'm gonna kind of mix it in a little bit. Okay. That's giving it a really good flavor. Let's try some of the Mujadara. The caramelized onion on top. You have to try it like that. I remember my grandpa had made it that way. I don't know if I had ever done it that way. I think I just had incorporated the onions before, but I never really did it that way. But that makes a difference. Okay, so this is considered peasant food because it's cucumbers. But you know what? People are dodos because people would go to a high-end restaurant and they'd probably pay like $70 for something like this. I kid you not. So good. And actually, it's really good. It's a good little. It's very nice. Like with a little bit of you add some cucumber on top of it and kind of mixes it. I really like it. Oh my gosh, it's so good. If you've never had Mujadara, that's the Levantine Arabic name for it, or lentils and rice. I call it a trifecta of perfection, although I did make this cucumber tomato salad for it. But like these caramelized onions, oh my god. That is the secret to this amazing thing. It is so good. My grandpa said once that you could just eat